Welcome to the Planning Commission meeting of October 23rd, 2025. My name is Vern Crow, and I am the chairperson of the commission. The Planning Commission is a citizen body appointed by the City Council. The commission is empowered to make final decisions on certain matters, with those being appealable to the City Council. On other matters, the commission acts in an advisory role to the council, with the council making the final decision. You will have an opportunity to address the commission during the public hearing portion of the meeting. Your testimony is appreciated and encouraged. The commission acts from a written agenda, so you will need to fill out a yellow speaker card, which I see that you folks have, and give to the city staff if you wish to speak on an item. Copies of the agenda and the speaker cards are located on the table outside the main door. At this time, please be sure to silence your cell phones. Thank you. There are 7 members appointed to the Planning Commission, and at this time I will ask the commissioners to introduce themselves and state the district they are representing, starting from my far right, Commissioner Crow.
John Crow, Mayoral District.
Commissioner Cole.
Tom Cole, Barrel District.
Vice Chair Nyberg.
Edwin Nyberg, Detroit District.
Commissioner Gears.
John Gears, Ocotillo District.
Commissioner Hooper.
Brian Hooper, Suoro District.
Commissioner Ariano.
Sergio Arellano, Yucca District.
And I am Commissioner Crow. I am the chairperson, and I represent Cactus. Let the record show that all members of the Planning Commission are present. Now, the Planning Commission receives staff assistance and guidance from the Planning Division and the City Attorney's Office, who are present this evening. Now, on to approval of the minutes. Gentlemen, do I hear a motion to approve the minutes of September 25th, 2025, Planning Commission's regular meeting?
So moved.
Oh, sorry. Who is that? Vice Chair Nyberg. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Gears. I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the September 25th, 2025 Planning Commission regular meeting as written. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Hoskins, are there any withdrawals or continuances this evening?
Mr. Chair, there are no withdrawals or continuances.
Okay, as there are none, well, let's move on to the next item, which is other business. Mr. Hoskins, are there any other businesses this evening?
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, there is a discussion recommendation by consensus for chair and vice chair for 2026.
Okay, before we move on, then is there anybody that has a motion for the chair?
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Cole? Vice Chair Nyberg?
I would nominate Vern Crow as chair of the Planning Commission.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Do I have a nomination for vice chair?
Mr. Chairman.
Vice Chair Nyberg.
I would nominate Tom Cole as vice chair of the Planning Commission.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to have Commissioner Cole serve as vice chair. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, gentlemen. And with that said, I do know that duty calls Commissioner Cole, and he's going to have to leave. He wanted to be here for the vote, so you're excused.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, the purpose of the public hearing is to provide interested parties an opportunity to present testimony for the commissioner's consideration. We will follow the same procedures for each item, for which is, I will call the application number. Staff will present their report and answer questions from the commission. The applicant will be given the opportunity to make a presentation and answer questions from the commission. Other persons who wish to testify will be asked to do so and answer questions from the commission. The applicant will have an opportunity for closing comments. Staff will be asked for any final comments on the application and procedural guidance if needed. I will then close the public hearing and ask for a motion prior to further discussions from the commissioners. If you wish to speak on an item, you will need to state your name and address for the record, but please be brief and to the point and avoid repetition. I reserve the right to limit the length of the testimony to 3 minutes. All exhibits shown to the commission become part of the permanent record and must be submitted for the file. Please, large groups should designate a spokesperson. Applause or other disruptions that delay the hearing will not be tolerated. We have 6 public hearing items this evening, so we need to get started. Our first agenda item is case number CUP 25-07, and Mr. Lerma will present the case.
I'll begin again. Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. The item before you is a request for a conditional use permit in order to allow a health and fitness center land use in the general commercial zoning district. The 2.2 acre property is located north of the northwest corner of 43rd Avenue and Olive Avenue at 9250 North 43rd Avenue. Property is within the Cactus Council District. The property is identified with a zoning classification of general commercial. Properties to the north and the west and the south also have the same zoning classification. Properties to the east beyond the municipal border in the city of Phoenix are zoned for single-family residential. The property is currently being used as a commercial shopping center identified as the Olive Crossing Shopping Center, which was developed in 1985. The properties to the north, the west, are being used as the U.S. self-storage. Property to the south is being used as a restaurant. And again, the property to the east beyond the municipal boundaries are being used for single-family residential use. The applicant is requesting this conditional use permit in order to establish a mixed martial arts and fitness training facility, which will provide instructions for karate, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and boxing. The proposed use will be operating out of the property highlighted in red, which is identified as Suite 10 and 13, which is approximately 4,800 square feet. The facility will be staffed by 1 or 2 instructors with 1 receptionist. Hours of operation are proposed to be Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and closed on Sundays. Peak times are anticipated to be after school and early and evening classes, resulting in approximately 15 to 25 clients per session. The commercial shopping center provides approximately 93 parking stalls to the patrons that visit the site, with additional parking to the property to the south, which has a parking agreement with subject property. The applicant has completed the citizens outreach process. Notification letters were sent out August 15th, 2025. Neither staff nor the applicant received any type of communication based on this notification letter. Staff has completed the review of this request and has made the following findings. The development is guided by sound growth management by ensuring the adequate buffering between residential and non-residential uses are included. The subject property borders other commercial land uses. A self-storage facility located directly north and west serves as a land use buffer between the shopping center and the existing single-family residential land uses further north and west. The proposal presents no negative impact to the surrounding land uses. All business activities will occur internally with no plans of outside activity. The proposed use will operate during standard business hours similar to the other tenants within the shopping center. At approximately 4,800 square feet, the suite is adequate in size to accommodate the proposed use. Based on the anticipated number of employees and students per class, adequate parking is available on site. The subject property has adequate access along a public roadway. There are 2 driveways along 43rd Avenue, which is considered a minor arterial road. With this, staff recommends approval of CUP 2507 with the following stipulation. The proposal shall be in substantial conformance with the project narrative and site plan, date stamped August 8th, 2025. Mr. Chair, members of the commission, this concludes my presentation. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Lerma. Commissioners? You're good. Thank you so much for the presentation. Okay, would the applicant, would the applicant or applicant's representative like to come forward, state your name for the record, and make your presentation if needed? Mr. Lerma, you're it.
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, the applicant is here. He has no presentation. He has no questions.
Thank you for that. Okay, I have 3 speaker cards. I'd like to read 2 of them in for the record, and the third one actually wants to speak. The first one is Haley Conboy, and she is, or he is, in support of this application. Ian Kornbluth, which is present and is support of this application. And Martin Kornbluth, which is present and would like to speak. Come on, Martin, you can do it. Come up to the mic, Martin. Give me your name and address.
Sure. My name is Martin Kornbluth. I live at 11047 North 50th Street, Scottsdale, Arizona. I've been in businesses in the city of Glendale since 1976. I did know people on the council as well as on planning and zoning. I am concerned. I'm one of the principal owners of that center. I've owned 4 shopping centers within the city of Glendale, and every single center that I have owned from beginning, selling off, I always wanted it to be better than when I Olive Crossing 43 LLC is a center that I am very concerned with. The reason I am here is because I am concerned, and that's all. It's just a quick to introduce myself. That's all. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen.
Hang on, Martin, just a minute. Commissioners, anything? Any questions?
Sure.
Commissioner Crowe?
Martin, did you have concerns about this use, or are you just
No,
showing concern about the center?
No, I want to introduce myself because I know there's new members all the time, and I like to get to know the new people on the board. That's
you.
all. That's it. That's me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have anything final from staff?
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, no further comments from staff.
Thank you, Mr. Lerma. The public hearing for case number 2507 is now closed. Do I hear a motion?
Chair,
Commissioner Crowe?
make a motion to approve CUP 25-07 condition, subject to the condition in staff report.
Second.
Who was the second? Commissioner Ariano, thank you, sir. Are there any further comments or discussions regarding case number CU 25-07 from the commission? Thank you, gentlemen. Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve case number CUP 25-07, subject to the stipulations as outlined by staff. I will now conduct a roll call vote, starting from my far right. Commissioner Crowe.
Aye.
Vice Chair Nyberg.
Aye.
Commissioner Gears.
Aye.
Commissioner Hooper.
Aye.
Commissioner Ariano.
Yes.
Chair votes aye. Case number CUP 25-07 has been recommended for approval, subject to the stipulations as outlined by staff. Mr. Gruber, what are the next steps?
Chair and Commission, your approval of CUP 25-07 is final, subject to a written appeal received within 15 days.
Thank you, Mr. Gruber. Our next item is case number CUP 25-08. Ms. Castaneda will present the case.
Good afternoon, Commissioner Crowe and Commissioners. I will be presenting CUP 2508 for Reform Pilates. Tonight's request is for a conditional use permit to allow a health and fitness center in the C2 zoning district for the property. Shown in the zoning map, the property is abutting R16 zoning to the west and the south, as well as C2 zoning east across 67th Avenue, and the Loop 101 freeway is north of this site. The subject site is an existing shopping center, the Village at Arrowhead Shopping Center. The proposal is to occupy one of the suites within this shopping center. The shopping center is directly abutting a subdivision to the west and to the south, and there's an existing shopping center to the east, which is Zone C2, which is the Arrowhead, and I apologize, that is the incorrect one. It is the Arrowhead Plaza. On the site plan, outlined in a dark black box on the left side of the site plan, you can see where the Pilates studio is proposing to locate. They are 2 suites south of the anchor tenant, which is AJ's Fine Foods. The site has parking that is shared by all the businesses. The business is proposing to operate from Monday through Sunday with hours of operation 6 a.m. to 7:30. They're offering 50-minute classes, and at all times there will be up to either anywhere between 5 to 10 employees on site. There are multiple access points to this property from both Beardsley Road and 67th Avenue. The applicant has met all of their public involvement requirements. During the notification period, one response was received, which was in support of the new Pilates studio proposing to occupy the site. Besides that, no other correspondence was received by either the applicant or by staff. The following is analysis based on the CUP findings. The use is consistent with the general plan designation of planned commercial for the shopping center itself. The use will not be detrimental given that the fitness studio is compatible with the retail and service uses that are already being provided within the shopping center, and will be provided to the neighboring community as well as anyone who has access to that 101 freeway to the north. The site is adequate, given that neither the suite or the site itself was required to modify in order to accommodate the use. The site has more than enough adequate access to and from the site. And the Pilates studio will be located within a suitable location, given its proximity to the Loop 101 freeway and the different shopping centers and community members within the area. As such, staff recommends approval of CUP 2508 subject to the following stipulation. Development shall be in substantial conformance with the project narrative and site plan, date stamped July 10th, 2025. This concludes my presentation. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions.
Commissioners, anything for Ms. Castaneda? Thank you. Okay, would the applicant or applicant's representative like to come forward, state your name for the record, and make any additional presentation? No. Okay. I don't have any speaker cards, but is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak on this issue? Okay. Therefore, the public hearing for case number CUP 25-08 is now closed. Gentlemen, do I hear a motion?
Chair.
Commissioner Hooper.
I
I move to approve CUP 25-8 per the findings and subjects to the stipulation contained within the staff report.
Thank you, Commissioner Hooper. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Over you. Commissioner Ariano, thank you, sir. Commissioners, is there any further comments or discussion regarding CUP 25-08? Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve case number CUP-08, subject to the stipulations outlined by staff. I will now conduct the roll call vote. Commissioner Coro,
Aye.
Vice Chair Nyberg, excuse me.
Aye.
Commissioner Gears.
Aye.
Commissioner Hooper.
Aye.
Commissioner Ariano.
Yes.
Chair votes aye. Case number 25-08 has been recommended for approval, subject to the stipulations outlined by staff. Mr. Gruber, what are the next steps?
Chair and Commission, your approval of CUP 25-08 is final, subject to a written appeal received within 15 days.
Thank you, Mr. Gruber. Okay, our next item is case number CUP 25-09. Ms. Lakav will present the case.
Good evening, Chairperson and Commissioners. Good to meet everyone. This is my first meeting with you. I will be presenting application CUP 2509 for Gravitate Smoke and Vape Shop. Today's request is for Planning Commission to approve a conditional use permit, CUP 25-09, to allow a retail smoke and vape shop in C2 General Commercial Zoning District. The property is located north of northeast corner of 67th Avenue and Bell Road. As shown on the zoning map, the property is zoned C2 General Commercial. The properties to the north, east, and south are also zoned C2. The property to the west is zoned PAD. As shown on the aerial map, this is a fully developed site within the 67 Plaza Shopping Center. Gravitate Smoke and Vape is proposing to occupy Suite B1 of the shopping center. The tenant space is approximately 700 square feet in area. The business is operated by 3 full-time employees. The proposed hours of operations are Monday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. There's a total of 41 parking spaces under a shared parking agreement between all tenants. The site is accessed through 2 primary access points, one driveway along 67th Avenue, a minor arterial, and another along Bell Road, a primary arterial. The applicant has completed the public participation process. A neighborhood meeting was not required. No comments were received. The following is the analysis of the findings of the conditional use permit. The business will provide additional service to the community. The proposed land use is complementary to the existing uses. The business is locally owned, and the proposed use will provide specialty retail to the area, which meets, these are some of the findings for the general plan consistency. The proposed use will not be material detrimental to the welfare of the surrounding residents, employees, and surrounding businesses. The hours of operations are consistent with the hours of operation of the surrounding businesses, and the business will operate in accordance with all federal, state, and local rules and regulations pertaining to the sale of tobacco products. The suite is adequate in size for the proposed use. There were no physical modifications required for the site layout or building footprint to accommodate the business at this site. The site has adequate planned area on-site and sufficient parking shared by all tenants. All applicable city departments have reviewed the application. Staff recommends approval of CUP 25-09, subject to the following stipulation. Development shall be in substantial conformance with the project narrative and site plan date stamped September 17, 2025. This concludes my presentation for CUP 25-09. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Commissioners, Chairman. Commissioner Gears?
Thank you for the presentation. Why was there no neighborhood meetings required for this particular project?
Through the chair, Commissioner, no neighborhood meeting was required because this was a use that was previously in this location. The applicant is basically taking the same suite that was previously used as a smoke shop. And there was a little gap between the uses, and that's why this conditional use permit was required. But since the use was already there, we didn't think that the need for the neighborhood meeting was necessary.
Thank you.
Gentlemen?
Chair.
Commissioner Hooper?
So this business has been up and running for some time, apparently, and so what I'm understanding is there was just a gap in their conditional use permit, and they're just reapplying. Is that what I'm gathering?
Through the chair, Commissioner Hooper, the use, there was a gap for the business license application, so because of this gap, they were required to submit for a conditional use
Okay,
permit.
thank you.
Commissioners, anything further? Thank you. Nice
you.
presentation. Would the applicant or applicant's representative like to come forward, state your name for the record, and make any additional presentation? Okay. I have no speaker cards, but is there anybody in the audience who would like to speak on this item? Okay, hearing none. The public hearing for case number CUP 25-09 is now closed. Gentlemen, do I hear a motion?
Here.
Commissioner Hooper?
I move to approve CUP 25-09 per the findings subject to the stipulation contained in the staff report.
Do I hear a second? Commissioner Ariano?
Coming in second today, sir.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve CUP 25-09, subject to the stipulations as outlined by staff. I will now conduct the roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Crowe.
Nay.
I'm sorry?
No.
Okay. Vice Chair Nyberg?
Aye.
Commissioner Gears?
Aye.
Commissioner Hooper?
I just want to explain my vote in that I will say yes on this just because it was already an operational business. And they're just simply going through the process again. Otherwise, I would probably err on the side of no on this one.
So yours is an aye?
Correct.
Commissioner Ariano?
Yes.
Okay. I too would echo what Commissioner Hooper said. Because they're there and they're just redoing this, they're already operating, I will vote aye. Case number CUP 25-09 has been recommended for approval, subject to stipulations as outlined by staff. Mr. Gruber, what are the next steps?
Chair and Commission, your approval of CUP 25-09 is final, subject to a written appeal received within 15 days.
Thank you. Our next agenda item is case number CUP 25-13. Ms. Lavelle will present the case.
Good evening, Chair and Planning Commissioners. This request is for a conditional use permit to allow a retail smoke and vape shop in the general commercial zoning district. This is a zoning map that highlights the subject property. As you can see, this property is zone C2. It is bounded by the north, south, and west of the site with C2 properties. And then just adjacent to it, across 43rd Avenue, is the city of Phoenix jurisdiction. Okay, so this is the subject property highlighted in red. The parcel is within the Glendale Town Center Master Development. It takes direct access off of 43rd Avenue, just north of the building. There are four other available driveway aisles, two to the north along Peoria Avenue, and one to the north of the site, and one to the south. Okay, so this shows the building site area. The highlighted box shows you the proposed space for the conditional use permit. This is 1,487 square foot tenant space, and it's proposed for the smoke shop. The business expects to serve between 30 and 50 customers a day, operating Monday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. A total of 6 employees is expected to be employed, with 3 employees working overlapping shifts. Parking for the proposed use is on site, and they also have a shared parking agreement with the shopping center. All public notification requirements have been met. Emails were received to staff and to the applicant that were opposed to the project. They were opposing illegal sales, clustering of smoke shops in the city, and competing businesses. The comments and responses have been included within the Citizen Participation Plan final report. So the proposal meets the general plan by providing employment opportunities and supporting local businesses. The use is also consistent with the purpose of the C2 zoning district, which specifies a retail smoke and vape shop as a permitted use, conditioned on the approval of a CUP. The use is not anticipated to be materially detrimental due to the character and the size of the use and the hours of operation. When the site was developed, this type of use was considered. The site is adequate in size to meet the use, and there is adequate parking and overall circulation of the site. When the site was developed, it met all setbacks, landscaping, parking, and circulation, and they were approved through a master plan under the general commercial guidelines. Public access to streets and the parking currently exist, and it meets all zoning and transportation requirements to accommodate the new use. Staff recommends the approval of CUP 25-13, subject to the following stipulations. Development shall be in substantial conformance with the project narrative and site plan, date stamped August 26, 2025, and any expansion of the use to another suite or relocation of the business to a new location will require subsequent conditional use permit approval. That concludes my presentation. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Commissioners, anything for Ms. Lavelle? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, would the applicant or applicant's representative like to come forward, state your name for the record, and make any additional presentation?
Hello. Hello. My name is Eladio, and I second what the staff had said. But I'm open for discussions or any questions. That's really all I have.
Did you give your name and address?
Yes, my name is Eladio. My address is 3602 East Long Lake Road.
Commissioners, anything for this gentleman? Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. Okay, I have 5 speaker cards on this particular item, and I'm going to read 2 of them into the record, and 3 of them would like to speak. So, Paula Siebert, and these cards will go to her, so if you spelled it right, I won't butcher it. She'll put it down correctly. Okay, she is in opposition to this application. Alexandra Hanna, she is in opposition to this application. The first one that would like to speak, if you could come up to the mic and give your name and address, last name is Shoris. Shoris. Oh. Yes. So are you?
Hello, everybody. I am Alexandra Hanna. Our smoke shop is located, Ms. Christina said ours is C2. It's the same plaza. And we are located right across from her on C2.
Do we have?
Sorry, I don't do that much, so I'm kind of nervous.
That's all right. So you're in opposition to this, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tawanda, did you get all that? Okay, we've got it. Is that all you need to say?
Yeah, we have been in this business since 2018, and there's already 2 smoke shops and a liquor store. And the business has dropped 25% since last year. So if another smoke shop opens at the same plaza that we are in, we're gonna close our shop. We are a family of 6. Me and my husband work. We don't have any employee. We're barely surviving. So.
Okay. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
You did
And
fine.
Yep, thank you.
And so her last name was Toma? Hannah? Oh, okay, there you go. But how about Sanir Toma? Okay. All right. And so Keikos is not going to speak? Okay. And all of these speaker cards with their names and addresses and all of that will go into the record because they'll go to Tawanda and she will enter them into the record. Okay, anybody else? I need you to fill out a speaker card for this item. Haley? I don't have a Paula. Oh, Seibert, yeah. Sure, come on up. Sorry about that.
Thank you. We pronounce it Siebert. I do not smoke. I live in the city of Glendale at 4522 West Barrel in the Cactus District. I don't have a horse in this race. However, I think I may have gone to your smoke shop and mentioned when I saw the big white planning sign, and I asked them, hey, are you guys moving to the place where the GameStop used to be? And the gentleman, the young man who was in the shop, said, I don't know anything about that. I said, well, there's a big planning sign over there. I assumed you were moving over there where the GameStop used to be. And they said, no, it's a family business. He said, there's 2 smoke shops in the area. I don't smoke. I recently did check across the street, across from the Wells Fargo, north side of Peoria. In that strip center, within walking distance, there is another smoke shop, also family owned. They were not aware that a third smoke shop was going to go in. How many smoke shops, car washes, check cashing places, dispensaries does Glendale need? I mean, let's be real. Come on, you guys, really? You're trying to rent out some family businesses? I believe in the free market, but my ex-husband used to have a business in Glendale at the old Valley West Mall.
Yeah.
And some months are very lean. And so I take that to heart, what you've said. I would suggest very strongly and plead with the City Planning Commission to take a really hard look at this. Are you trying to rent out family businesses? I don't know if this is a big corporate entity. I don't know any of the people involved. But I do live in the neighborhood. I want everyone to be successful. I want to have the empty spaces filled, but with the right kind of businesses. There's a smoke shop that moved out overnight within a mile at 47th Avenue and Olive. Just packed up and left. So maybe we have a glut of smoke shops. So I ask you for your consideration to this matter, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but please take into consideration the family businesses that are already established that may be struggling in this economy. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, anybody else? Commissioners, any further discussion or comments?
Chairman, can I ask the applicant to come back?
Absolutely.
Thank
Hello.
you. First off, why did you decide this location? And did you do a market study that the other businesses were having trouble surviving?
So I'll be forthcoming as well. So we are, I work for the owner, but we are also a family-owned business. We have been in the smoke and vape industry for just under 2 years. We were looking for beneficial, places that would look to benefit for places with smokers, places that would look to benefit with another smoke shop. And to be quite frank with you guys, sometimes it could be a little bit difficult to find C2 zoning with retail compatibility. GameStop. When I initially had applied, I thought that we would be able to transfer the retail license over. Unfortunately, since then, we've been waiting for 6 months for this license. We have been paying rent for 6 months in this license. We're severely in the hole. We need this as well. We rented from a landlord that ensured us that a smoke shop would be allowed, accepted by the community, by the commission, by the city of Glendale. Unfortunately, we were misled. Our intention is not to run out a family business at all. We're just a young business that is getting up on the ground, and we're just looking to make our way as well.
Thank you. Do you have any idea if you can make a success out of this with considering the area? You're going to be able to survive another 6 months?
Without having any revenue, coming into that location, I doubt it. But what was attractive about this location is I personally grew up in the area. I'm from the northern Glendale area. I was from 51st Avenue in Union Hills, so I was very excited to get a store into Glendale. So that is another one of the reasons why I picked this area.
And your smoke shop sells cartons of cigarettes?
Yes, we sell just about everything. We encourage different alternatives. We have vapes. we just, we believe in a free market. You know, we offer everything. We have chewing tobacco. We have everything that anybody would be looking for. We're not particularly trying to push one item. We're just trying to offer different variables, different variants of nicotine. We do have we even have like nicotine pouches. We have anybody that is looking for an alternative or looking to just get what they need day to day.
Okay. Do you have any other smoke shops?
Yes, we do. We have one in Phoenix, and then we also have one in Mesa as well.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioners, anything else?
I have a question for the director.
There he is.
Good evening. Is there any rules in Glendale about how many smoke shops and how many feet apart, like there are for dispensaries and other businesses?
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, there are no distance separation requirements nor a limit on the number of smoke and vape shops in the city of Glendale.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner Ariano.
may I ask the director a follow-up question? Mr. Director, is it just limited to, is this only smoke shops that are exempt, or are there other businesses where there is not a conflict like this when they're so close together?
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, this is not a unique retail type business where there's no limitation on distance or number. The change in the UDC in 2024 broke out the use from just a normal standard retail use and placed the CUP requirement in a C2. So that's why it comes before the commission as often as it does, is that it's due to the UDC update.
Commissioners?
Chair, I would just say,
Commissioner Crowe?
yep, thank you. I would just say to the commissioners, a city is not in the position typically to limit competition. But that's what the planning commission is for, is to make assumptions on whether or not it would be detrimental to the community or harmful to the other residents or other businesses in the area. Thanks, Chair.
Anything else? Okay, thank you. Okay, the public hearing for case number CUP 25-13 is now closed. Do I hear a motion? Commissioner Gears?
From what I understand the process, you make a motion, you get a second, and then you vote it up or down. Is that correct?
Well, with further discussion and then we vote.
Correct, okay. So I would like to make a motion to approve CPU 2513 per the findings and subject to stipulation contained in the staff report.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Gears. Do I hear a second?
Support.
Any further comments or discussions from the commissioners?
Yes, I'd like to start off. Considering there are a lot of businesses right there, and since the applicant has other businesses, I think it would be detrimental to the local economy and to the other two established businesses to have a third shop selling the same product within close proximity.
Commissioners, anything else?
Chair.
Commissioner Hooper?
I agree with Mr. Gear's sentiment. I think that's a heavy saturation of smoke shops in such a small area. And so I personally would vote no on this one if we got to that.
Gentlemen, anything further? Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve case number CUP 25-13, subject to the stipulations set out by staff. I will now conduct a roll call vote. Commissioner Crowe?
No.
Vice Chair Nyberg?
No.
Commissioner Gears?
No.
Commissioner Hooper?
No.
Commissioner Ariano?
No.
Chair votes nay. Case number CUP 25-013 has been recommended for denial. Mr. Gruber, what are the next steps?
Chair and Commission, your decision with respect to case number CUP 25-13 is final, subject to a written appeal received within 15 days.
Thank you, Mr. Gruber. Okay, our next item is case number ZTA 25-02. Ms. Torella will present the case.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioners, good evening. I'll be presenting on behalf of Phil Martinez, one of my other senior planner colleagues. As a reminder, on August 28th of this year, text amendment ZTA 2501 was split, and this is the remaining motion pertaining specifically to the accessory dwelling unit regulations. This is a request to amend the Unified Development Code to align with House Bill 2720. The key points of this amendment are to remove the owner occupancy requirement should the ADU be presented for a short-term rental, and also provide further clarification on square footage of the primary residence calculation to align with state statutes. All of the public notification requirements were met. Staff did receive one response, which was neither in support nor in opposition. This text amendment provides consistent development standards throughout the municipal planning area and provides for a mix of housing types in a responsible manner in accordance with state statutes. And with that, staff recommends the Planning Commission forward a recommendation of approval for ZTA 2502 as written.
Commissioners, anything for Ms. Torella? Okay. No questions, thank you. Okay, I don't have any speaker cards. Are there any members in the audience that would like to speak on this item? Okay, hearing none, the public hearing for case number ZTA 25-02 is now closed. Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Commissioner Ariano? Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Do I
sir.
hear a second?
Support.
Vice Chair Nairberg, thank you for that. Are there any further comments or discussions, gentlemen, regarding ZTA 25-02? Okay, hearing none, I have a motion and a second to approve case number ZTA 25-02 as written. I will now conduct a roll call vote. Commissioner Crowe?
Aye.
Vice Chair Nyberg?
Aye.
Commissioner Gears?
Aye.
Commissioner Hooper?
Aye.
Commissioner Ariano?
Yes.
Chair votes aye. Case number ZTA 25-02 has been recommended for approval as written. Mr. Gruber, what are the next steps?
Chair and Commission, your recommendation regarding ZTA 25-02 is not final. The recommendation will be forwarded to the City Council for further consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Gruber. Okay, our next case is ZTA 25-03. Mr. Lerma will present.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, before you is another proposed text amendment to the Unified Development Code. This request is to add an additional section to the Unified Development Code, Section 35.2.1011, Central Business District, to address the middle housing, to align with the Arizona State Statute, Section 9-462.13. A little bit of history. On January 2019, City Council approved Resolution 1907 designating the Central Business District to assist in attracting new investments to the core of the city within the redevelopment area. The Central Business District is bounded by 61st Avenue to the west, 43rd Avenue to the east, a combination of Myrtle Avenue, Palmyra Avenue, and Glen Drive to the north, and the combination of Glendale Avenue, Grand Avenue, Ocotillo Road, and Lamar Road to the south. On December 2023, the Unified Development Code was adopted and it went into effect January 2024. And on May 2024, House Bill 2721 was assigned by the governor, creating State Statute 9-46213 to address middle housing. Some key points about middle housing. Middle housing is defined as buildings that are compatible in scale, form, and character with single-family housing, and that contain 2 or more attached, detached, stacked, or clustered homes. These include duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, and townhomes. These types of middle housing are going to be allowed in lots zoned for single-family residential use within a 1 mile radius of the central business district, and at least 20% of any new development of more than 10 continuous acres. Before you is a map identifying the central business district highlighted in red and the 1 mile area, just to show where the middle housing will be applicable. Keep in mind that obviously the 1 mile radius goes beyond the city limits within the city of Phoenix. This text amendment obviously is only going to be applicable to the city of Glendale. Staff sent out notification letters to the interested party list on September 17, 2025. No comments were received back. So, staff has concluded the review of this request and has made the following findings. The intent of the Central Business District is to provide redevelopment and investment opportunities in the city core defined by the specific boundary area. Within the adoption of the middle housing requirements in section 35.2.1011 will provide more opportunities for middle housing on properties traditionally designated for single-family residential use in the city core. With this, staff recommends that the Planning Commission forward a recommendation of approval to City Council for ZTA 25-3 as written. Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, this concludes my presentation. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Commissioners, anything for Mr. Lerma?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Gears?
Is there any lot? Okay, I pushed the wrong button, thank you. Is there any lot size restrictions? Because I'm in the Ocotillo Street area. We have some large lots, some very small lots.
There is no lot, through the chair, Commissioner Gears, there is no lot size limit specifically for, let me go back a little bit, for the number 1. Within the area that's within a mile radius of the central business district, as long as properties are zoned for single family residence, there is not a lot size limit, but they still need to abide by the development standards of that said zoning district.
Okay, so isn't there a limit to the amount of buildings on a particular size, 80% or something? When I went to expand mine, I could only do so much because I had to leave so much space left on the property.
There are what we call development standards as far as building setbacks, building heights. Those are the regulations that will be applicable to any type of development within this mile radius.
Okay, I thought it was like 70% is all you could have in buildings and lots in my area.
There is a lot coverage as well, which is 40%.
Okay. So if someone wants to build a 2-story apartment complex, if it's zoned and if it's got the proper spacing, that's acceptable to put in the back of their single-family lot.
To the chair, Mr. Gears, that is correct. As long as the development, again, is meeting the development standards of that zoning district. Let's say, for example, it's R16, right? And it's within the 1 mile radius of the central business district. As long as that development, let's say that they want to build a duplex, as long as that building is meeting building setbacks, lot coverage, building heights, city will allow it.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Commissioners, anything further? Thank you, Mr. Lerma. Okay, I don't have any speaker cards, but are there any members of the audience that would like to speak to this issue? Okay, hearing none, the public hearing for case number ZTA 25-03 is now closed. Do I hear a motion?
Chair,
Commissioner Crowe.
I move to approve ZTA 25-03 as written.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Gears. Thank you for the second. Are there any further comments or discussions from the commission on ZTA 25-03? Okay, hearing none, I have a motion and a second to approve case number ZTA 25-03 as written. I will call on Commissioner Crowe.
Aye.
Vice Chair Nyberg.
Aye.
Commissioner Gears.
Aye.
Commissioner Hooper.
Aye.
Commissioner Ariano.
Yes.
Chair votes aye. Case number ZTA 25-03 has been recommended for approval as written. Mr. Gruber, what are the next steps?
Chair and Commission, your recommendation of approval for ZTA 25-03 is not final. The recommendation will be forwarded to the City Council for further consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Gruber. Mr. Hoskins, are there any planning staff reports this evening?
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, there are 2 additional items under other business. The recommendation for chair and vice chair was elevated on the agenda to ensure all commissioners could participate. Excuse me. The items for discussion are discussion and consensus for 2026 goals, and the discussion and consensus for 2026 public hearing calendar. Excuse me. That concludes my staff report, Mr. Chair.
So you need a vote on the 2026 calendar? Is that what you're saying?
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, correct. It's a discussion and consensus on the calendar and the proposed goals for 2026 in your packet.
Do all the commissioners have a copy of that?
Mr. Chairman, I do not recall seeing a copy of the calendar.
I do not have a copy of the calendar,
I received it.
unless I missed it.
Mr. Chair, go ahead, Brian.
Hold back of the draft.
Yeah, I don't have it. Should be under the what?
Well, I do see the draft of the calendar.
Bingo. Got it. Okay, we have the July, which is a standard vacated time, as is the November 26th and December 24th for obvious reasons. Commissioners, any discussion on this calendar?
The only question I would have is, do we anticipate having the second week in November, December as a meeting? It's only as needed.
Well, I don't know that they would know the answer to that at this point. If he's asking, since November 12th and December 10th is a optional second Thursday, and because we're vacating the 26th and the 24th, is there going to be a meeting on the 12th and the 10th?
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, under this calendar, yes, there would be a scheduled meeting. However, if no agenda items are present, it would be vacated.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, anything further? Is anybody opposed to the calendar as written? Mr. Gruber, do we need a vote or just a consensus?
Chair and Commission, a consensus is fine.
We have no objections.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Hoskins, anything further?
Yes, Mr. Chair, the discussion and consensus of 2026 goals. It should be the page right before your calendar in your packet.
Yes. Gentlemen, any questions on this? Or any additions or discussions? Commissioner Crowe.
Chair, I would say that Section D, Commission Training and Annual Report, we should probably talk a little bit about what that would look like, and I encourage it. I think there's a lot that we could do there, but I think something more than just saying that we're going to do it. Maybe trying to find some meetings. Order.
Do we want to maybe have commissioners think about that one and come up with some items so that rather than just try to do it on the fly here? What do you think?
We could, yeah. What comes to my mind is once a quarter or at least twice a year that we have some training, but subject to what the commissioners view reasonable.
Did everybody hear that? He's suggesting consideration for like once a quarter or twice a year or something for that. Any comments by anybody?
As
Mr.
far as
Hooper.
training, would that be just learning more about the codes and the UDC that we're working with?
Yeah,
I mean, or is it just an open agenda just for?
we can direct that.
Okay.
But for an instance, what's in our purview, right?
Yeah, and that's important because a lot of times some folks will think, oh, well, we don't like that, but that's out of our purview. We're not involved in that end of the deal, so to speak.
Or we will make comments and questions about things that clearly aren't in our purview.
Correct. So we kind of get off the rails, so to speak. And sometimes it's with some experience like Commissioner Ariano might have, that's probably not going to happen, but with the newer guys that haven't been down that road, it might be like, I didn't realize I kind of got off the rail there. So, and as Commissioner Crowe said, I mean, we have kind of control of that as to what we need to discuss and how often do we need to do this? Is it once a quarter, twice a year? I think. And you
could be good. I would recommend twice a year.
I think twice a year is enough, but
I'd be game for that. That's fine.
But I would say if we're going to do it, we should probably try to do one right away in the first part of the year, and then
maybe January and June or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
You know, why don't we just suggest maybe one in January and one in June, because that's 6 months and that's twice a year. And does anybody have any opposition to that?
You need to give staff enough time to prepare.
Yeah.
I have no objections.
You guys all right with that?
And then, while we're on Section D, the annual report, when would we like to see that?
Well,
Is it fiscal
the annual
year,
report
calendar
is
year?
obviously going to have to be past the end of the year so they can prepare a report. So, Mr. Hoskins, let's just say for 2025, if we're going to have this other meeting in January, is that too quick for you to have a report in regards to 2025? Could we just do it all at the same time?
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, the annual report, based on the calendar stating January 22nd, that should be enough time to get the report pulled together for the January Planning Commission.
Yeah, that sounds good. We could discuss and mull over both of those items on that particular time. Is anybody opposed to that?
No.
Let's go with that, Mr. Hoskins.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, gentlemen, anything further? Any more comments? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We stand adjourned.